table on the very edge. Go ahead and grab this leg. I'm going to help him back. And then I'm going to switch positions. So in this position, so keep holding on for me. In this position, I can do my Thomas test assessment. I can lower his leg. Right? He's pretty good flat back. Is he positive for psoas?
Yes.
Yes? It's pretty close. Maybe a little bit. Do you feel any stretch in your?
No,
not a ton. So how would I stretch his, if I wanted to turn, if he was positive for that psoas, is tight in the psoas, how would I turn that into a treatment? Push him into extension. So I would lightly, if I just start cranking on him, I've seen people do this. They just start cranking on people and they're wincing like no other, and they're like, oh yeah, you're supposed to feel like that. They won't trust you. So I'm going to lightly start to apply pressure and then say, are you feeling an increase in stretch? Mild, okay. Let me know when it's moderate.
So it's positive not touching the table. Positive is when you don't touch the table.
When you don't touch the table is positive. Sorry.
Do you put any pressure?
Yes.
Do you put any pressure into the bent leg?
I'm putting a little bit of pressure.
And that's positive for psoas major, did you say?
Yes, for psoas, yes. So if he were really to come here and not touch the table here, then that's going to be positive for psoas. Okay. To be positive for rectus, we want people to be negative for rectus. We want them to be at 90 degrees. So he would be here, right? And you can see when I push him in, what happens? He lifts up. He goes into flexion. So I know that there's something going on with the rectus, and he doesn't get to 90. So he's positive for rectus. So how would I stretch that? Right. So I would bring him in. So I could do it with my hand, and you can see how I'm leaning against the table. I could put my leg there. I still have my foot on the floor, but I can just slowly bring that in, typically till about 90 to 110. Really small, medium, or large stretch?
Medium.
Okay. Small, medium, large?
Getting close to large.
Okay. So then I might want to back off just a little bit and hold them there, and then slowly move into that over the 3 stretches that I do for 30 seconds. Okay, so that's rectus. Okay. And then for TFL, what's going to happen if it's positive when he comes down? So he'll go into abduction. So he might be out here. He's actually, I would say he's negative. So he might be out here. And so in order to see if he actually truly has, so go ahead and fold your leg in. If he truly is positive, if I can adduct him to 20 degrees, then he's negative. He's got a little bit of stiffness though when I do that. Do you have any stretch with that?
Not really.
And so if I wanted to stretch that TFL, I could bring him into a little bit of adduction, and then TFL does some flexion, right? And I could put him, yes. And I could put him into a little bit of an extension as well. So where do you feel that stretch? Or do you feel a stretch?
Not much, no.
Okay. So he's not tight in his TFL, so he might not feel it, but we're looking for about right here. Okay, so I can stretch all 3 of those components right there. Okay. I'll give him his leg back and then help him up.